Sometimes you need to make changes on the subscription lines. So for example, here we have a membership for 50 people and maybe it changes to 40. Then of course I can just go in here, change it to 60, and then next time when I run the create invoice, 60 pieces will be invoiced. Some people don't like that because you lose track of the history. Of course you have what has been invoiced prior on that same subscription, but you could also change the dates here and leave the next invoicing date blank, and then create another line for that same item with the starting date from the new period and then the 60 on that line. So we could say this top line maybe was the first 2 months of the year, and then we would create the same item with the new number here and then set the start date in the 3rd month of the year. And of course, make sure that we don't have a next invoicing date here and say that the end date for the 50 were in February. And the new end date for the whole would be end of December. And I'd like to invoice it from March. So this way I keep track of the original one and just make sure I have no next invoicing date. And of course I just need, in this case, to add a price, otherwise the invoice won't be good. So take a discussion internally when you set this up, how much history you want, because if you change a lot, then if you do a new line each time, then you might get a lot of lines and it's harder to keep an overview of things. But you could also argue that it's nice to have this track of changes on each subscription.